Alright, welcome back. So let's actually do some manager stuff. Alright, so where we were last time is that we finally finished making our AI, and it had eyes and a physical trigger. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna change a few things, or are we gonna change anything? Not really. I don't feel like we should change anything. Alright, let's just get into this. So what we're going to do is now we're going to make an AI manager, and what we're going to do is we're going to make that manager handle creating these AIs and moving them into specific points in the game. So now that we have 4 points, alright, what we could do is we could give each AI just, let's just say, well, what we could do is we could change the way it's written. So what we can do is we can give the AI itself the paths, and it's just going to move around it using the path maker, while the navigation mesh does not need to be called, nor the obstacle needs to be called. It's going to take care of that itself. So let's see, how do we do this? Since we have internal classes, I believe the best way to do this would be to remove the component off from shooter AI and give it to an AI manager, and then from the AI manager we give it a property of shooter AI nodes and asset link nodes, and then from there we can delegate movements. So what it does is all it has to do is do basically this, and then we could just change this logic from the AI manager, and it will just send it to every shooter AI that we have. Alright, and to do that I just need to write a few lines of code, but first let's do this easy way. So let's just create an empty node, just put it somewhere. Alright, I'm gonna call it AI manager. Alright, and then we can just give it as a code. So here, do I even have something in AI? Probably in shooter. So inside here, let's just create AI manager. So now that we have AI manager, let's just add it here, and then we're just gonna edit a little bit on the AI itself. What we're gonna do is we are probably gonna remove some of the stuff, move it out, and the AI itself just takes care of doing the movement for the object, but it doesn't create the paths or anything. So let's do that. And inside here we got AI manager. So if we click inside here, we got AI manager as a main thing. Shooter AI, we can delegate it or change it to be a namespace and an internal class. So we would do that, and then from there we would let's see, or we could keep it out component. It doesn't really matter, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We just have to make sure that it doesn't have the same name as initialize and update. So we are going to change the names, and then from there we're going to play with it. So let me just do that. Alright, after writing a few things, we have changed quite a few things actually. So the first thing let's check is our navigation, where we used num points rather than num points minus 1. Gave us all the points that we needed. Num points minus 1 just makes it so that it doesn't do a circle. I just wanted to do a circle, so we are going to do a circle for now. The next change I did was in shooter AI, quite a lot of changes actually right here. So the first one is we have a node main character rather than a public node, so we don't want the AI to know who the enemy we're going to be chasing. We're just going to keep his name as main character because I don't want to change it. But yes, the thing has to be like DI'd, so dependency injection into our set AI. All right, so with that, we have all the other stuff. We remove these, and we just remove private because it doesn't make a difference here. We also removed the navigation one because AI doesn't need to know any of that. It just needs to get its path and it needs to move around it. Then we just added a little lambda function, start pathing, which turns start AI into true. So this is our trigger from outside because it's public. Then I changed init to set AI. Honestly, I could just call it as a constructor. I could just call it shooter AI, but right now I'm a little, I guess, lazy, or just making it simple. And then I just added that, added a few parameters, and then we changed main path into just paths, saves us time and looks cleaner. Then we changed this to a public void update move, remove the navigation stuff, and we remove that trigger event start. And then all the rest stays the same for our AI shooter. And then the last thing is actually the AI manager. So with the AI manager, what we did, so if we go here, so with the AI manager, now we have a list of paths. And if you don't know how to do that, we just used a path list array of paths list, which is a struct of a list of nodes. So it's a array of a list of an array of array of a list of nodes. And then we just added like two paths right now, just one and the other one right there. Then we added the obstacles. So we moved it all the way to AI manager. And then over here we added a navigation mesh, which is that, and the main character, which is right there. Now inside here, I could also write one more thing. We can write navigation or main nav dot render navigation main nav dot render obstacles, just for our own safety purposes, I guess. Okay, so in here we moved that main nav over here and we changed it to have a default of the old path. So we just have one main nav that just holds the default main nav. Then for all the path lists dot length, so for any that we have here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the list pathings. So we're gonna get that list, or like we're gonna get the specific one a star pathfinding between those 2 points. All right, to do that we just write it here. So first we take all the world position of these lists, we add them into our path, and then we make it into a modified path, so it modifies it for us. And then after that we have a node underscore AI where we load the node, right? And then after that, what we could do here is AI.worldPosition equals to paths 0. This way it initializes on the spot that we want as path point 0. All right, so with that, then after that we just get the component from inside this underscore AI, which is a asset link node. And then after that we add this function, which was our init, with our modified variables that we added right here. And then we said we add it into our list of shooter AI list, because now we're going to be iterating through it like your entity component system style. Alright, so with the update, we just have the two main navs, and then we have our trigger right here. So we're just making a simple C key, and if the start AI boolean right here, if it's false, then we're going to make the start AI true. And then for all the AI shooters that we have in our list, we will start their pathing. So start pathing would be where we make where we do this, the start AI equals true, and if start AI equals to true, then we can actually do this and the rest of the AI state. And then once it's true, we are going to iterate through all the lists of shooter AIs we have, and we're going to update the move. All right, so that's about it. We didn't change it to component because we do definitely need it. All right, and with our AI, which became a node reference, we can safely delete this. And then if we go into our AI manager, we have it right here, right? So with that, we saved it. So to make something into an asset link node, just click on the object and then drag it into our asset browser, and it will become a .node file. So now with all that done, we got the AI manager handling all this. So with us just relaxing, let's just pick up our gun. All right, we can see that one of the points, our dude is chilling there, and the other one's the first one right there, and if I press C, they're gonna start the navigation. So if I press it right now, they started the navigation. I'm just gonna run away from their eyes. As you can see, they're doing their, what do we call? Their pathfinding. Oh my. And we have everything perfectly corrected. Now, the reason why their timings are almost the same is because we gave them equal times. That's why you can see them that they're moving almost synchronously like robots, which might be nice for a game, but anyways. Alright, so now we have an AI manager and we have multiple instances of AI doing what we want them to do. We can also modify it and do all the other stuff, but now we decoupled it to the point where everything has its own freedom, right? So anyways, I will leave you guys with that, and I think next week we'll do sound, probably. We've been delaying on sound for a while, so we'll add sound to this and we'll see how it goes. Alright, until then, I will see you guys next time. Okay, goodbye.